Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Friday, the 4th of August. Following Robert Murray McShane, we read 2 chapters a day, and today the 2 chapters are Judges chapter 18 and Genesis 22. In the Judges passage, we read of a group of Danites going out and attacking Laish, taking over the city, destroying it, and then inhabiting it and renaming it Dan. And on the way, they go past Micah, and they sack his house. They carry off his priest that he'd managed to con into serving him. And they take his idols, and off they go and set themselves up. And at the end we read, there the Danites set up for themselves the idols. And Jonathan, son of Gershom, son of Moses, and his sons were priests for the tribe of Dan until the time of the captivity. They continued to use the idols Micah had made all the time the house of God was in Shiloh. So you have greater disorder in society, a group of people attacking a peaceful city, turning away. Now, it wasn't just a family worshipping idols, it was a whole tribe worshipping idols. And one has a sense of things going from bad to worse. And then in the Acts passage, we read of Paul, who was arrested, and he stops the commander and says, can he speak to the crowd? He quietens them and starts speaking to them in Aramaic, so they listen more closely. And he basically tells them his story, what had happened to him, how he had opposed the church. Then he met Jesus, and he says, he said to God, the people won't listen to me because of what I've done. And God says, okay, I'll send you to the Gentiles. And in verse 22, we read, the crowd listened to Paul until he said this. Then they raised their voices and shouted, rid the earth of him, he is not fit to live. As they were shouting and throwing off their cloaks and flinging dust into the air, the commander ordered Paul to be taken into the barracks. And so here we see complete disorder again. And it really is the natural tendency of humanity is towards disorder. We don't see life progressively getting better and better and better, and people being more and more compassionate, and there being more and more order in the world. The times when their order are interspersed all the time with chaos and confusion, and we should expect nothing better than that from a fallen race that has sin etched into the very depths of our being. We will always do the wrong thing. That is a natural tendency. Occasionally people will get some things right, but our general tendency is to do wrong. And that's the power of the gospel, that it can come and transform us and transform our communities and transform society. And so we've really got to be praying that in the midst of rising disorder, as has been going on for millennia, as disorder increases, we've got to pray, God, let your spirit move, intervene, act in society, act in my life, and use me to act in society so that things will be changed and there can be an improvement. Humans left to themselves will not improve, just the way it is. So we rely on our Savior to make the difference in us and through us. Be blessed.